Good afternoon, everyone. And hello to everyone on Zoom. My name is Alita Williams, and I am the president-elect of Rotary One, and I would like to convene the 5,654th meeting of the Rotary Club of Chicago. And our thought of the day is by Eric Kemple.
Thank you, Alita. I'm doing our thought today because Wes twisted my arm. So, but I'm going to make it fairly simple. I don't know that I've really had a chance to address this with all of you after I was president, but I really just wanted to thank everybody who stuck with the club during COVID-19. I guess we're still here with COVID-19 to some extent, but I know it was a challenging time to belong to any organization and to continue paying dues to that organization and to believe in that organization. So I sincerely appreciate that you guys stuck with it, and certainly appreciate folks who even joined during that time, which of course was a bit of a leap of faith. But here we are. We made it through. Our leadership is stronger than ever. So thank you all for continuing to be part of the Rotary Club of Chicago. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Update on the fundraiser. So we want to remind everyone to please set up your annual or monthly reoccurring payments to the fundraiser. And then also on your tables, there's a little flyer with QR codes. Please go and vote at the Old National Bank and choose your charity. Use as many different email addresses as you would like, because that is the Chicago way, to vote for the Rotary One Foundation or the Rotary International Foundation. And next, we would like to acknowledge our Paul Harris Fellows. The Paul Harris Fellow recognition acknowledges individuals who contribute or who have contributions made in their name of $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. In addition, Rotary One Golden Wheels members are given 50 Paul Harris points every month. Rotary established the recognition in 1957 to acknowledge and show appreciation for substantial contributions to what was then the Foundation's only program. Rotary Foundation Fellowships are for advanced study, the precursor to the AMBIT scholarships. Sorry, we're just gonna keep it on by. So I am gonna call up our new and Paul Harris Fellows. Myself, I'm a Paul Harris Fellow +1. If Eric Kemple and Wes Westerfield would come up, they're Paul Harris Fellows +3. Marga Hugo is a Paul Harris Fellow +4. And Connor G., our illustrious district governor elect, is a Paul Harris Fellow +6.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna grab yours real quick. Is there enough?
Yeah. Oh, yes, sorry. I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry, I missed Bob Finley. My apologies.
Oh.
All right. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for your contributions to the foundation. Next is our treasurer's report. Is Mateus on the line? Nope. Moving on. Community service with Sarah Buck and Wes Westerfield.
Okay, good afternoon. So Wes and I are here to share with you some updates about the Community Service Committee. I'd first like to acknowledge our fierce committee members. We have Jackie Boland, Eric Kempel, Tony McHale, Neetha Nagubati, Ted Nebel, Lisa Russ, Marshall Schmidt, Jody Stawicki, and Alita Williams. And then again, I am Sarah Buck, and this is Wes Westerfield. We are the co-chairs. So as part of today's club assembly, we just want to give you a little bit of update of what we have been doing. Going back to October of last year is when myself and Jody and Ted went to a Meals on Wheels location and led bingo with the individuals there. So that was an interesting time. In November, with Alita's help, we did a meal prep and service at the Cornerstone Center. Wes can talk to you about the dictionary project, which is ongoing, so I'll turn it over here in a second. In December, we had the Easter Seals holiday party, so Lisa Russ was really the spearhead for that, and several of us came out to the Easter Seals location, and we had Santa Claus there and Santa's helper, and they're in the room here, but they're in disguise in their regular human clothing, not in the Santa clothing today. So there also are opportunities there to read to children, and there's food, and so it's really a big event. Coming up in June, we are helping with the Fernando Jones Blues Camp. This is the third year that we are doing that. And so when that comes around, Mr. Jones is always really welcoming to Rotarians who want to come out to the performances. And so if you really want a good time, it's amazing to see 10, 11, 12-year-old blues players. So they play all different instruments, they sing, it's a really good time. So make sure you pay attention to the gyrator for that. In April, our service event is on April 17th. I mentioned this at last week's meeting. We will be packing art kits for children who are part of the Snow City Arts. Snow City Arts is an organization that provides art therapy for children in hospitals. And so we are getting together on Monday, April 17th at 5:30, and their center is at Rush. So you've got the address there, and it's also in today's gyrator as well with the registration link. And so what we'll be doing is going to that location on Paulina to pack art kits for a Snow City Arts party. So that will be our April event. Yes. So you may not realize, but Interact, which are the high school Rotarians, they're part of our budget. And so every once in a while we help fund an Interact project. And I think, I'm not sure if I recall correctly, but I think they were doing something for animals. I don't think anyone in here knows. So I can just say, is that what they're doing? Yeah, something. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to be wrong. And then lastly, we are in the midst of collecting proposals for our CPS grant. So this has been out all month long. They are due April 2nd. And so this is what, the third or fourth time we've been doing this? Fourth, I think. Yes, so they've been coming in, and probably in May we'll be announcing the winners for those grants. So I'm going to turn it over to Wes to talk about the dictionary project.
Well, mostly what I have to say today is that I've almost finished making assignments for the delivery of dictionaries. And I've had a couple conversations with people who were assigned a while ago saying, oh yes, I need to do this. And my reaction to that is, oh yes, you need to do this. This is prime time to do it, because third grade students by now have learned to some extent to look things up. And when you hand them that book, they have a wonderful opportunity to take advantage of what they've already learned. The consequence is we've got to get the dictionaries in the kids' hands. If anybody would like to volunteer, who hasn't so far, by all means contact me in person, by email, whatever means you prefer. And if there are any questions, by all means, flag me down at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
I think that completes our report. I don't think we have another slide. So yes, if there are any questions about what we do with community service, you can either ask Wes or myself. Our meetings are the first Thursday of each month. We meet virtually at noon. Thank you.
Okay, next is our international service report with Seda and Marga. Seda's online and Marga is here.
Well, hello everybody. Shada and I are co-chairs of the International Services Committee, as most of you know, and it has been a very busy time with good stories to tell. Well, as you know, we have continued to be involved with Ukraine through different contacts. We are completely funding for a global grant to provide the equipment for a cryo bank at an Institute of Stem Cell Transplantation in the city of Lviv. We're waiting for a confirmation of the cost of the equipment. There may have been some modification in the prices due to the war going on in Ukraine. With Turkey as well, we had a very good meeting with Pat Meriwether and governors from different districts, and our club has voted to participate in the construction of a container city in Turkey, in the damaged area, of course, in District 2430. And for that, what we have been invited to each club or district contribute, $5,250, which covers the cost of fully refurbishing a container. And the government already has provided Rotarians space for these container cities. Each container, we have 2 rooms, a small kitchen and a bathroom. At the same time, we are going to participate in a global grant coming out from Ukraine for equipment. I believe it is a mobile clinic. Shada, correct me? Yes, it's a mobile clinic.
Mobile clinic, yep, correct, Marga.
That, as you can imagine, there is enormous need with that. It was a very sobering Zoom call that we had with them, because what the governor from that district in Turkey was saying, that over 22,000 buildings have been reduced to rubble with people inside, and the unofficial estimate for victims of the 2 earthquakes is over 120,000 people that perished. So yeah, it is, and they will be working many years to recover from that. Interestingly, we are going to be having on April 8th, we moved to Serbia now, a hybrid meeting. The first one we did was when Eric was president of the club, and Rotarians from Serbia told us that they would like to participate in one of our meetings, and about 300 of them showed up on Zoom, correct? So they want to do a repeat, and this time it's going to be a hybrid, because since we don't have the problem with COVID as back in 2020, yep. Some of the, we have invited members of the Serbian community here in Chicago. We will be meeting at RI in Evanston, April 8th from 10 to 12. You can see it in the gyrator as well. I highly invite you to come. It will be a time to visit the world headquarters of Rotary International. Whether you're a member or not, you're invited also to join us. The event is free of charge, and we're hoping to be able to breakfast at 8:30. Okay, so come for breakfast. Okay, so it is at 8:30, and I think, Alita, we're having conversations about touring the building, right? It's not gonna happen. We'll figure out something because I think I'll.
We're taking appointments to the building at a later time.
Okay, all right. We can still maybe able to show you something. So we'll figure it out. But it's going to be hybrid, and I don't know how many people confirmed from our guests from the surveying committee. I don't know, but it's going to be, 80 people at least. So, and, Franklin, Adrian, if you have them in headquarters, come, and who else hasn't seen it, do join us that day. What else we have here? We are funding a project about economic empowerment and community development for women in the Guarimpa village in Nigeria. And then our project with the first 5 clubs to develop a program of awareness, education, prevention, and detection of cervical cancer in Bolivia is marching on. We already funded, together with the other 4 clubs, we funded the purchase of equipment to do a pilot program and get a sample of data that from there we can grow that in a global grant. So that is, we're very excited about this project and the importance, because cervical cancer, well, one doctor was telling me in Bolivia that 12% of women die of cervical cancer every year in Bolivia. I mean, it's incomprehensible. So we're reaching out to other organizations as well. It's going to be a model of partnership, and the doctors in Bolivia are really thrilled that we're tackling this project at this level. So, and then for those who are in the International Services Committee, I encourage you to participate on the Global Grants Training Seminar on April 15th. Look at our newsletter. The information is going to be there. And that is what I have for now. We will have more projects coming in from Bolivia, Peru, I believe, and Argentina for funding. So we're going to spend all the money we have in our budget this year. Thank you so much.
Okay, I would say the membership committee, but our membership chair is not here. So we are going to move on to PR and marketing with Neetha and Mark.
Everybody, can you hear me? Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm at home today because I'm taking care of this little one. So I'll make it real short because you never know when she's gonna be upset. So basically, we're just a well-oiled machine at this point. For this event, the last week we had 50,000 impressions, which is pretty impressive for an organization our size. Pretty much every week we post our posts, and we're getting more and more traction. So the only thing I would say is continue sharing, continue liking. If you have any interest in joining our committee, just let us know, and we'd love to have you. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off just so I can focus on her.
Thanks for bringing the newest Rotarian. So yeah, as Mark mentioned, really good traction. Thanks for sharing. I think that definitely the CPS school one is really highly shared, over 100 on Facebook that I last saw. 110 now? Oh my gosh, that's great. So that's actually, each share is creating visibility for everybody in their network too. So everything counts. So thanks to all here who are doing that, and continue that. And then also the Chicago Belgrade, I just saw that one on Instagram, highly shared event also too. As Marga just mentioned, it'll be also well attended. All of our events are marketed on social media, on LinkedIn also. So that's very important. And then just highlights of some of the events, and then the Taste of Germany, actually the one that we had recently, also well attended. And let us know if there's anything else that you want us to spotlight so that we could plan that in advance. I think upcoming we have Job One that's on the radar, and then Women of the Year honorees as well too. on that. And then also, just a reminder, I think I've reached out to some to do your Rotarian reflection. Yes, Eric, I'll be, yes. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we might need to do a form to make it easy. We have some standard questions, so let us know what would make it easier. Each of you has a great story to share, like what brought you to Rotary, and also what inspires you in terms of service. So, or any hobbies, just anything, the personal aspect. We would like to share that also too, and then we'll put it on the social media if you like also too. So that's that on the marketing PR front, high level. And then is the DEI next? Yep. So, and then rolling into DEI, thanks, Melita. So just, my name is on there, but we do have committee members, which I appreciate the slide you did. I'll put the list next time. Ryan, who's here, is on the committee, and definitely everybody's contributing great ideas, including the planning of the event we have, and also Alejandro Canseco is on the committee, and John O'Toole. So they are probably online, but we meet once a month on Tuesdays at 5:30. So today we're meeting, so if anybody'd like to join, the Zoom link is there. So what you see on the screen is really like the people that will be in attendance at a panel that we have, a DEI panel. So we had one with the Maywood Proviso and Aurora Sunrise Club in October to honor Diversity Day. And then with those two clubs also we're partnering to do it, hosting in Union League by our club, April 21st on Friday. So on the panel will be Attorney Richardson, who's the Cook County attorney, and then also Andrew Weber who's the artistic director from Porchlight Theater, and also the DEI chair from the Porchlight Theater, and also Cesar Lostanow, who is the DEI national director for Anywhere Realty, which is a parent company of Century 21 and others. So they'll be there, and please share if you have any specific questions. We'll have time for Q&A as well too. We also did a post in partnership with the PR marketing on the DEI diversity statement that the International Rotary has. So we're looking to also put something on our page too, and of course also seeing what insights are there from the district that we can look into for our club also too. And I think, yeah, those are the highlights. Also, we're looking into experiences, so visiting different museums and things together. I believe Alejandro is looking into specifically Oriental Institute at University of Chicago, and then we also talked to the Haitian American Museum. So if you think about other experiences, so rather than just sharing a post, which we do on the commemorative days, we also want to have experiences where we explore. So please come to our meeting or suggest so that we can plan some fun things. Okay, thanks. Back to you.
Okay, next is the Interact Committee. Neither of them can make it today, but I have their report. The club at North Park is currently waiting on their supplies to arrive for the DEI pet beds that they will be creating and donating. They will also be conducting interviews for next year's president. The group meets this week to discuss their spring service project. We are encouraging them to do a backyard cleanup or help to repair the school Zen garden. The Zen garden would need to be cleaned up, and then we will plant beautiful butterfly attracting plants and flowers, which is one of the initiatives of the district this year. The classroom, that Chuck teaches and releases butterflies every spring, and he thinks it would be great for them to release them in the garden. So if you have any further questions about the Interact Club, you can get in touch with Chuck Groby and Kia Rotebottom. And we are also in the process of working with the Rotary Club Southeast to set up another Interact community-based club at Link Unlimited with our mentorship program that we have with them. So if you are also interested in being a part of that development, please let myself or Marshall know. And next is Chicago Woman of the Year, Lisa Russ. Yeah.
Well, we are on track, folks, for a beautiful event on May 16th. We've got a keynote speaker, thanks to Timo. This is Gail Littleton, who is an executive VP with Exelon Corporation. And so she is going to be a powerhouse. And then we have these three wonderful honorees. So thank you for everybody for both bringing forth an honoree and for participating in the voting. This is, we just saw her picture, Olena Gordon, who is president of the Illinois chapter of Humana. We have Susanna Mendoza. This is our Illinois controller, who will be there that day as an honoree. And then number 3 is Dr. Cassandra Ma. She is the founder of an organization called Reclaim 13 that has been in the line of battling sex trafficking. And so we are thrilled with these honorees. We're so appreciative. And now we just have to get the word out there and get butts in the seats. So this is May 16th, a regular Tuesday meeting. Thanks a bunch.
All right, now is job 1, which is me. So our job 1, we are looking for employers and sponsors. We finally closed applications, and I believe we will finish up with those applications and reviewing this week to let the students know who's been accepted into the program. And now we just need wonderful employers to hire these wonderful students. And also, if you can't possibly have a student, we do accept sponsors. So if you would like to sponsor a student to work at a nonprofit or maybe a small business that's interested that may not be able to afford an intern, we do accept sponsors to help with that. And then this Friday, we are having a happy hour and job appreciation night at the House of Blues Foundation Room, and we invite anyone to come. So if you all would like to come, it is on our calendar, and you can register, or you can shoot me an email and say you would like to come, because the Foundation Room does have a list that we need to provide them that morning. But it's just a way to thank our wonderful employers. For people who may be interested and not sure if it's the next step that they want to do, you can talk to our employers, find out what a great program it is, what great students we have, and and have some great fun. And your first drink is on job 1, so come on out. And with that, I would like to introduce any of our guests. Do we have any visiting Rotarians in the room? U.S. Rotarians? Nope. International Rotarians? Nope. I know around the room, so. But are any of our guests that are here today? If you'd like to stand up and introduce yourself.
My name is Tom Silva. Thank you all for hosting me today. I live in Chicago. I run a company called Silva Brand. Oh, thanks. I run a company called Silva Brand, which does strategy and marketing and branding for everything from global associations to large financial services groups. We did the brand for the WNBA team here in Chicago, the Chicago Sky. We did that logo. So we've done fun stuff, education and on. But I'm just glad to be here. The spirit of service here is inspiring. So it's great to see everything you're working on. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Keisha Snyder, and I'm also excited to be here. I am a real estate broker with Jameson Sotheby's International Realty. So I do everything from buying and selling homes to new development. I am also very inspired. I love service, and I love some of the projects that you're doing, so I'm excited to look into this more. Thanks.
Great.
Thanks for hosting me.
Thank you.
Thanks for going first. I'm Mike Morawski. I'm the Chief Investment Officer for a multifamily hedge fund. We buy large apartment complexes in the Southeast United States and partner with individual investors that have an opportunity to see returns alongside of us. I want to thank you for hosting this for us today. And I like the service stuff going on. So I didn't realize Rotary had that much of that to offer. So looking forward to seeing maybe what else would be involved. So thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so with that, I will invite, who am I gonna, Gunnar, because I never see you at a meeting, to come lead us in the four-way test. If everyone could stand.
I'm always at work, let me clarify. I'm post-call today. All right, so forward there. So is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Would it build goodwill and better friendship? Would it be beneficial to all concerned?
And with that, I adjourn our meeting for today.